actually, this is as real as it gets.
Hey, this is Marcia Prince, IFBB Bikini Pro and Guest Berry Nutrition spokesmodel, and you are listening to the UCW radio show, In Your Face.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In Your Face.
All right, welcome to the UCW radio show, and today we're talking tech. We're talking social media, social networking. If you follow the news, you know what's happening with Facebook. That whole company going public is going to produce some of the youngest billionaires on the planet. And social networking is big, from Hollywood to, we'll just call it from Wall Street to Main Street, from Hollywood to people sitting on their couch. Everyone's tweeting, they're on Facebook, they're using Instagram, they're foursquaring, and so on and so forth. The reality is this is a part of our culture, okay? And today we're going to be speaking to a guy that, in my opinion, is developing the next generation of social media. Okay, his name is Kent Speakman, and he's the CEO of Engagia, and he's also the creator of a new social media platform. And I'm not going to even mention it yet. I'm going to let him speak about it later on in the show, because I want you to get a good feel on who this guy is, because the same way with the CEO of Facebook, no one knew who he was, or they weren't in tune to him. Kent Speakman, this guy, you're going to want to know him, learn more about him, because if he does half of what I think is, he's going to do with his latest project, you're going to want to know who he is. You're going to want to know what he's doing. Okay, but on that note, let's bring him on the show. He's on hold, waiting to come on. So without further ado, here is Kent Speakman. Hey, Kent. Welcome to the UCW radio show. How are you doing?
I'm doing great today, Lou. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming on. I know that, right now, just so our listeners understand, Mr. Kent Speakman, and everyone's going to get jealous right now. He's hanging out by the beach while he's on the show with us, but that's okay, because this is the life that he lives. So Kent, why don't you tell us more about who Kent Speakman is?
Well, thanks. I'm actually just stopping a little bit of a day of rest today, kind of working through the weekend. So I'm down at the beach in Albu in California here, and enjoying a fantastic day. But I am here working on launching a new mobile app called Female, and prior to that, I've had an interactive agency called Engagia. We work on doing a lot of social media campaigns for different brands and public figures, and last year we were up for Social Media Agency of the Year, and so pretty happy with the team and some of the stuff that we've accomplished there in the last couple of years.
Yeah, but that's not all that you do. You're also involved in the world of quote unquote entertainment.
Yeah, that's right. I've been helping out as on the advisor board with Project Peace on Earth, which is did a global prayer concert from Bethlehem on Christmas Day this last year. I've done a little bit of acting in the past, just dip my toe in, not taking it too seriously, but had some fun and have enjoyed that as well.
Okay, and then also you're involved. I guess you're multifaceted or multi-pronged, because you're involved in social networking. You've been doing that for quite some time. You're involved in the entertainment industry, film, TV, that type of thing, and working on technology stuff. And you're also involved in helping certain companies to start up, kind of like what Facebook and every other tech startup, social networking startup had to go through.
Yeah, it's always fun starting and building something from the scratch, and I've been involved with working with a variety of different startups as clients through Engagia, and helping them to grow and get into the market, and really proud to be a part of something that I'm excited about, which is female, and so that's kind of what I've been focusing on the last sort of 6 months.
Okay, well, why don't you give us an overview on Engagea, and then we're going to talk about C-Mail, because that's going to be, I guess, the meat of this show is C-Mail, because I know what it is. Our listeners are going to know what it is in a second, but I'm kind of like looking at it as the evolution of social networking, like the Apple iPhone went 3G, 4G. You're at that 4G level with it, so we're going to touch on that. But talk to us about Engagea. What's it all about? I mean, how did you start it?
Well, I had actually worked for a couple of other interactive agencies. I'm initially from Canada and worked for a small agency in Calgary, and then was recruited to come over to a larger company, a publicly traded agency that had offices in the U.S. and in Canada as well, and did a lot of work with them, and started getting into more speaking engagements and stuff from there. The economy kind of took a change of course, and the agency had some clients that left, and so the executive team, along with myself, were moved along, and so that was the time to start something new. I had people continuing to call and ask for help with different advertising needs or digital technology strategies, and so just kind of came together and started a company with a business partner, and we've kind of brought all of the clients that we'd been independently consulting on together and formed one brand, and just tried to do the best work we could, and it's been a lot of fun, and got to work with some great people, some great companies, and it's been very enjoyable and an exciting ride with its ups and downs.
Okay, well, let's put this in layman's terms. You talk about digital campaigns, for companies, but you're also doing it for individuals. Are you allowed to speak about that part of your business?
Well, with most of the people that I've worked with and sort of the consulting and coaching roles, I do have a confidentiality agreement with them. So I've worked with some people on some pretty interesting television shows and some big films to help sort of build out that online presence for themselves, and then help promote the projects that they're working on. So yeah, it's been fun. I actually, when I was at the agency I was working for prior to Engagea and starting that, we were involved with the Entertainment Marketing Summit put on by iMedia, and had the ability to come in and do a fictional pitch for entertainment marketing strategy in front of all the major studios and networks here in Hollywood, and we actually ended up winning that, which was we were, I think, as surprised as everyone, but was quite happy with how that turned out. And from there, have just continued to help other independent producers and filmmakers with pre-audience building campaigns, so that they can either go out and get a better distribution deal, or prove that there's an appetite for the projects that they've been working on, or actually putting them directly in touch with other distributors through some of the other global contacts that I've got in Southeast Asia. So it's the entertainment side of things has been a lot of fun, and I really enjoy that, and we've got some exciting things with female that will parlay into all of that past experience. So
with C-Mail, we're going to get into that in a second, because I really definitely want to map that out for our listeners so they can see what you're doing with it, because I really like the concept. I really like where it could go with what's going on in social networking. Now, with Engagea, and I'm just trying to paint the picture. Let's say you have a film producer. They produced a film, okay, or a TV show or something of that nature, and they would come to you in order for you to help develop a fan base for it using social networking. Am I stating that properly?
Yeah, that's correct. So we get in and start to understand the story and all of the sort of core drivers for what is going to connect with that audience. And then go about building different strategies through Twitter, Facebook, other video platforms to be able to find and connect with those potential audience members, depending on the genre and type of film, documentary versus drama. It's all going to be very different places that those audiences would be, and having other conversations within the social network. So we'll go out and help them find where those conversations are, and then start to participate in those conversations and get them interested in the projects that they're working on. In particular, we've been working with a documentary, Elephants Never Forget, and Patricia Sims has been over in Thailand and throughout Southeast Asia working on this fantastic documentary on elephants. And if you and the listeners have a chance to take a look at the Facebook page and some of the stuff they're doing, it's really neat, and it's very different than a typical television campaign for building eyeballs when you've got a much smaller budget with some of the independent films versus network television budgets to go out and do a big ad spend. So yeah, it's quite enjoyable. And
so, but you're working on all levels where it's, I mean, the social networking, you're working hand in hand. I'm assuming you're working hand in hand with the ad agencies that are handling their let's say static or traditional advertising campaigns as well. I would think you have to, right?
Yeah, it's kind of that was never my background. I did a little bit of the traditional side of things as a client prior to getting into the agency side of things, but that was just not an area that we wanted to focus on. So we've developed great partnerships, and we'll work hand in hand with them to deliver the traditional sides of the campaigns, and then even on some of the bigger levels where there'll be other agencies doing the purchasing and the ad buying. So we'll come in. Our strength at Engage is the social media components and building that engagement, and then work with the right partners to be able to deliver on all fronts.
Okay, and then you work with both big studios, big networks, but you also work with independents. Yeah,
it's been a lot of fun. The independent stuff and the small filmmaker projects are a lot of fun to be a part of. They all have their own unique challenges, but they're all a lot of fun. So.
Okay, that's great, because I just want our listeners, if we have someone out there that may say, "Hey, I'm an independent film producer. Can I use Engage you?" And the answer is a big fat yes, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
We'd love to work with more independents, and really enjoy that.
All right, good.
It's very similar to working with startups in the technology space. It's a lot of fun to build something from the ground up, and that's sort of what I personally enjoy and like sinking my teeth into.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Now, we're going into technology, social networking, so on and so forth. Now, because of what's happening now, you have Facebook going public, or gone public. They priced it out, everything. You're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company that was produced from an idea. Just an idea. And still, even right now, everything's in outer space. It's in cyberspace. So there's really nothing tangible but the advertising. In your opinion, do you think that companies like this are going to continue to spurt out and and grow?
Well, I think it's the biggest area of opportunity right now is excuse me, the new digital frontier, and with companies like Instagram coming out and building a great photo filtering tool, being worth $1 billion, we're going to continue to see more and more of that. I was actually watching a report on Facebook as the potential to be the first $1 trillion company. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but the digital space is the new Wild West, the new frontier for growth. It's a really exciting space to be in, and like you said, it all starts with the idea and the ability to go out and build that into something. It's tremendously exciting.
Yeah, and to me, I think it's amazing when Google went public. That was the big thing, and they were making money hand over fist, but they never got involved in the social part of it. They got involved in the monetization of what they had, advertising dollars. Okay, and with Facebook and all the other social networks coming out, you have Google. They have their Google Plus. But really, do people need more than one social network in their lives?
Well, I think that yes and no. I think that finding the right social network and the right platform for people to engage with each other, it's got to match the user, and that's something that I've said with different the future of television and how mobile apps are evolving. It's all about the user at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. I've actually just recently started using Path, which is another great mobile app, and it's a lot more intimate. I've got 12 people on it versus the thousands of connections that some people have on Facebook, and so it just creates a smaller sort of group that you can share with and have the more intimate stuff that you might not want to be posting publicly with everyone else. So just providing the right tools for people to communicate and engage with each other how they want to. I think that there's a tremendous amount of potential for all kinds of different startups and more players in the space to find those niches and those ideas that are going to resonate with the users.
Okay, that's fair enough. And I mean, Twitter. When Twitter came out, people laughed at it. But now they
I was
did.
one of them.
Yeah, and people said, "What are you're sending text messages?" And when I first got it, people were like, "Well, what are you doing? Are you out of your mind? Why are you wasting your time? Who are you talking to?" I said, "I don't know. I'm talking to someone, but I don't know what's happening." But now it's instead of it being, the exception, it's actually part of our culture now.
I agree, and I think that people use Twitter in a variety of different ways, and for me, it's I think that it's important to be providing value with the content you're sharing, and if that's curating great news articles or things that you found in whatever industry you're in and sharing them, Twitter's a great tool for that. I started doing some daily quotes a couple of years ago, and I have a friend in San Francisco, John Durham, with Catalyst, and he said, "Kent, you should call these speakisms." So I started doing these speakisms, and he started doing his Durhamisms, and we had a phone call a couple months ago, and a publisher in New York actually reached out, and now we're doing a book deal with all these daily quotes and inspirations for people on ways to live your life, and it all started with just by tweeting these little daily ideas out to everybody. So it's unbelievable the power of these mediums and the opportunities that they can open up for different people.
Oh yeah, because I mean, when you're out there and you're on Facebook or Twitter or any social network, and you're sending out your messages, someone's reading it, so you never know who can be reading it. I think some people are ridiculous, like, who cares what you're doing at that moment, but inspirational quotes, things like that, things that can add value, I believe that's good. But, then some people just like the gossip and everything, so I guess that's good too. It all depends on whatever floats your boat, right?
Exactly, yeah. and celebrities have got a whole different way of, or different, their fans care about what they're eating for breakfast for some reason. So there's a reason for them to share it, but it's interesting.
All right, let's hold that thought for a second, and because we have to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Kent Speakman.
Check this out. My name's Anitra, and I'm gonna rock your world. Wow.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Wow. Oh my God. Along with my boys Mikey and Joey,
I need the Shalava Brothers stack.
we're knocking down walls and taking names.
The brothers actually get something done.
And everyone gets to play.
Progress is slow. We should be finished by Christmas.
Girls with power tools, rule.
We're not just bringing back the den, baby.
We're making megadens that'll blow you away.
Wow!
Anisha, it's unbelievable.
That is cool. You want some of this? Facial recognition, motion activating. They're gonna wet their pants.
This may be the coolest room I have ever seen.
Because life is too short to live without a megaden.
When my time comes, please do not fear.
latte.
A new study suggests you may want to increase that shot to a double or even triple because coffee may be the key to a longer life.
Double skim cappuccino.
Researchers at the National Institutes of Health found that men who drank 2 or 3 cups a day, regular or decaf, were 10% more likely to live a little longer than people who drank no coffee. Women were 13% more likely. Even a single cup a day could modestly improve longevity, although the report didn't say by how much.
So what this study does is gives a little bit of reassurance to us when we're drinking our coffee in the morning. We're a little more assured that the coffee isn't going to have adverse effects on our health.
The study shows coffee drinkers were less likely to die from heart disease, stroke, diabetes, injuries, and infections than those who didn't drink it. But it's not clear why.
You have a latte?
The authors caution that results don't outright prove coffee has the power to stave off death.
In this study, it means that the coffee didn't necessarily cause the people to live longer, but the people that lived longer tended to drink more coffee.
This is the largest study ever done on health and coffee, something many consider one of life's great or guilty pleasures. It followed 400,000 older adults for more than a decade and may help ease fears over earlier research that showed coffee can raise cholesterol and blood pressure levels. Overall, Baker gives the green light to drinking it black.
Adding some whipped cream, adding some sugar, those are the things that are going to adversely affect our health.
She says people with anxiety and sleep problems should stick to decaf, and those with acid reflux should stay away altogether. Most everyone else can enjoy the job.
Double espresso.
Noel Waghorn, The Associated Press.
So GM has unfriended Facebook, and
they are the third biggest advertiser in the U.S., General Motors. And their decision to pull their ads off Facebook has many in the advertising world wondering what's going on.
in the world of marketing and advertising, this is pretty major news. For one of the big players to really step out and question the validity of Facebook's advertising platform is a pretty big blow.
GM spends nearly $2 billion a year on advertising, but they say their paid ads are simply not working on Facebook. The timing on GM's part is particularly interesting. On the eve of Facebook about to go public, the move raises the question, how effective is advertising on Facebook?
It's pretty interesting. We've seen a lot of conversation around, is advertising on Facebook actually working? And GM has essentially said no.
It could be that people who are on Facebook might not be in that mindset that they're looking for an automobile. They weren't out there searching for a car. They were there to socialize and interact with their friends.
It's been a touchy subject for the social network from its inception, how to make money off the site without bombarding its users with ads. For years, advertisers have been itching to capitalize off Facebook's 900 million users and its ability to target.
Facebook's ability to provide targeting is going to potentially be lucrative, and they have that ability in the developed economies like ours already. It's not proven at scale, really, that targeting will be either accepted or effective, but it's proven enough that you talk to any major consumer products advertiser today, and they are increasing their spend in Facebook.
Rival automakers Kia and Subaru plan to amp up their ad spending on Facebook, and GM will continue to promote its products, but through free Facebook pages. And as the powerhouse social network prepares for its initial public offering, those in the ad world say Facebook needs to do more if it hopes to generate revenue.
Facebook needs to spend a little more time actually investing in proving to their advertisers why they're so good. They can't just rest on the fact that, hey, we're Facebook.
In New York, Bonnie Ghosh, Associated Press.
All right, we're back with Kent Speakman, and we left off, Kent, we left off with saying that what you have is a step above Instagram. Instagram came out, and it's like the photo Twitter, I'm going to call it, because I don't have any other name for it. You kind of slightly interact with people, but you're posting photos out that you can that connect to Facebook and Twitter. And I just started using it myself, and it's just interesting how it kind of shoots out there, but you have something that's the next level, that's a step above Instagram.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping people are gonna feel, and how that's gonna resonate when you look at Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. For the most part, you're sharing stuff, and it's a big stream, and for a lot of people, it's become like taking a sip out of a fire hose. There's so much content just kind of blowing past you. and that's, they're all great and obviously wonderful companies, and I mean no disrespect in saying that, but their format has been shared to everyone. So did you want to move into talking a little bit about C-mail now? Or
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, definitely. We're definitely
Yeah.
going to speak about C-mail because, again, with Instagram, everything else, this has been a social networking progression. And what you've done, and again, I'm not Mr. Technology, but what I'm seeing is that you produced, as I said earlier, you have Apple, and they have the iPhone, or the iPad 1, iPad 2, iPhone 2 or 3 or 4. You're that next generation of.
Well, thankfully, that's.
Well, I'm going to say the photo, Twitter, the social networking explosion. I know I'm not wording that correctly, but that's I'm coming from a layman's point of view.
Yeah, so what we're doing is C-mail is allowing the users to put a voice note onto their photographs and explain what's going on. C-mail was inspired by the old photographs that used to have the handwritten notes on them, and being able to share that and communicate that with your family and friends. So what we've done is created a new app that allows you to take a picture, or you can import it from your phone library. We're currently just on the iPhone, iPad, or the iPod Touch. We've got the Android will be coming out later on this year. But you're able to go into your photo library, so maybe an Instagram or a photo you've created in Path or another photo sharing app, pull it into C-mail and actually explain what's going on in your own voice. And then share that directly with other users on the app. So it's not a stream that just posts and you sift through them. I specifically would go in, and within the free version, we've got the ability to send a C-mail to 3 people. So I would choose which individuals that photograph and that story I want to share it with, and it appears directly in their inbox as a message would. Then we've got the upgrade where you're able to actually go for 99 cents. You can send it to 9 people. We've got an 11-second recording time in the free version, and then for 99 cents you can record up to 33 seconds. So it's pretty exciting. It's a new take on communicating, and it's created the social objects, the photograph, and the story behind it. And then you start to have conversations around those C-mails within the small group of people that you've shared it with, which is a lot different. And I think something that people are looking for is bringing it back to that intimate engagement that some of the bigger companies that everybody is using currently used to be, and it's changed and evolved over time to a larger forum of conversations. So we're pretty excited about it.
Well, I have 2 questions for you. Just just based on what you just mentioned. Now, with C-mail, if someone they have a photo and they want to use C-mail and they put their voice attached to the photo, that doesn't go. That won't connect to a Twitter or a Facebook, and it won't post like that, or would it?
Well, we've got the ability to share. Currently, you can share your C-mails directly to Facebook. We're working on Twitter next.
Okay.
But that would be the stuff that you choose to share publicly.
Okay.
So you've got an option. Not everything posts publicly. Not everything posts to followers. The app was designed to be able to take the photograph, put your voice on it, and then send it directly to people that you want to have a conversation about that moment in time. Mm-hmm. We are sharing to other social networks because it's something that the users have asked for. They want to be able to have other people see it, but those intimate conversations are going to happen around the people that they've shared it directly to.
So they would have an option then, I guess.
Yeah. It's as you go through, we partnered up with the Foursquare API, so we're able to pull in the location. You add your voice note, choose who you want to send it to, and then if you choose to, you can add some text to the photograph as well, and then send it out to the friends that you choose. we do have the ability to post those female photographs into your libraries on Facebook. And in order to hear the story behind it, you've got to have the app and connect with your friends.
Okay, so in order for someone to actually hear it at this point, they would need the app in order to hear the voice on it. But that would make sense. They would have to be connected with you on CMail.
Yeah, and we've set things up so that both people have to connect with each other in order to send and receive them. So we're going to eliminate the spamming, and you're not going to get stuff from people that you don't want. Mm-hmm. We've tried to create something that's going to be really intimate and a great product for people to be able to connect. And we've got everyone from on the professional side of things, realtors using it to share different properties, to doing some fun stuff with people with small children or on vacation. We've had people sharing party moments all over the world, and it's been a lot of fun to see all the different uses coming in, and how people have chosen to use CMail. We're actually really excited. We're working on rolling out and this is coming within the next few weeks, but a big thing that we'd like to do is allow all of the military and Navy people to get those upgrades for free, so that they're able to communicate with their loved ones when they're serving the country, and have small windows of time. So that's something that's coming. We'll be unlocking those paid features so that they're able to access them for free, probably with their military email address.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I think that if someone had the ability, let's say whether you're in the military or let's say you're a celebrity and you take a picture, okay, and you have, let's talk about a Lady Gaga, someone like that, someone really big. But I'm just saying, because they have it, their people take a picture, and she puts her voice to that picture, just saying what's happening at that moment. Boom, you have an instant connection with people, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, and it's on the celebrity side.
You're personalizing it. That's what it is.
It's very authentic. There's there's a lot of people that have teams that help them with their social media, and you might question if a tweet came from somebody, but when you're hearing it in their own voice with their tone and their feeling into it, it just creates a whole nother level of connection between the individual and the person receiving that message. And I'm sure we've all been in a position where we've sent a text message or an email, and it's been read the complete opposite way that we intended it to be. So having the voice on top of it eliminates that. And we've got some exciting stuff coming out as well. So on that mode of thinking, we'll have self-destruct, so you'll be able to send this email, and once it's viewed and listened to, it'll delete. So let yourself and the listeners decide what they want to use that for. But a lot of fun things coming in the next few weeks.
Well, I mean, that's good for. I mean, I think that's fantastic. That's good for like corporate. Or if you're sending a communication with a picture and you want it to last like Mission Impossible, and it'll last for the 30 seconds for you to hear it, and that's it. That's pretty cool. That's a cool function.
Yeah, exactly. And people with their boyfriends or girlfriends want to send a message, and be sure that it's not going to end up as the next Paris Hilton video. They can do that. So.
Well, that's excellent. I mean, again, as I said earlier, Facebook, Twitter, you mentioned Foursquare, all these social networks started from just an idea and a bunch of smart people getting in a room and trying to put it together. And that's what you're doing with CMail, because it's the next generation of social networking where, I mean, to send a picture with your voice, that's a game changer, I think. Yeah,
we're hoping that that's how the public receives it. We launched just a little over a month ago, or I think we're 6 weeks, and we've had some great feedback, and people are really starting to enjoy it. So it's been extremely exciting, and we're listening. And the fun thing about building mobile apps is you can listen to your customers and make changes and continue to improve. You build a restaurant and you put the bar too close to the door, and that's what everybody says when they come in. Well, you're screwed. With us, it's okay. Well, we'll fix it, and it's better next week. So that's one of the exciting things about being in this space is you can continue to evolve and listen and deliver a better product as you get that feedback.
Well, can I ask you something, Kent? When you're, if you look at, and I keep going back to these companies because these are the only companies that I can really refer to because they're successful. You know, you go to a Twitter or Facebook. You know, they're utilizing advertising to actually generate revenue. Okay, you're not doing that at this point, but do you see yourself at some point offering C-mail with advertising attached so that maybe there won't be a charge to people?
Well, it's come up in the past, but I think at this current stage, the plan is to deliver a great product and then allow users to pay for the upgrades that they would like. It was interesting. I don't know if you saw that there was a report came out yesterday that mobile Facebook use actually just or time on mobile Facebook has now exceeded the web experience, and there's no advertising in the mobile in the mobile side of the Facebook platform. So it's an interesting question. I think that a lot of advertisers with any platform, you know, took Twitter a while to figure out what their revenue model was, and you know, ours is delivering enhancements for small increments at 99 cents at a time, and just providing a better user experience without interrupting it with ads. So that's currently the game plan, and I'm sure that as more people come onto the platform and celebrities are talking about different things, they'll have their opportunities to be approached to talk about different products, and that'll be up to them. But for now, it's our plan is to just deliver a great product and let people spend the 99 cents if they want to send to more people, and have a great uninterrupted experience.
No, I mean that's
it's weird for me to say that in the ad space, but
yeah,
that's.
But again, you know, it's just interesting because your business model for this is structured, you know, in a way that you can actually be profitable as opposed to burning through cash without seeing profit, like a lot of social networks did in the beginning.
Yeah, there's a couple ways of looking at it. A lot of companies in the space are all, the primary thing is just build an audience and then somebody will buy you. And I guess our philosophy maybe is old fashioned. It's make a profit from the get go so that you can actually be sustainable and build a great company and provide a great product for your users. So that's the way that we've decided to go.
Okay, and where do you see, where do you see social networking going, let's say, in the next 3 years? I know it's hard for you to kind of reach out that far, but I'm asking you to get your crystal ball out and give us some input on that, because I think it's just an interesting topic.
Okay. Well, there's a couple different ways to look at it. I think that, for one, it's going to be a lot more integrated with television. The social experience is going to extend onto the television in a lot of new and exciting ways. And conversations will be had in new ways between people with their iPhones, iPads, different tablets, and interacting with different types of programming. That's going to be something that's exciting and new. There's a lot of neat stuff that's happening right now in Europe and in Asia, and that's slowly being introduced here. If Apple TV comes out and starts allowing apps, it's going to be really exciting for a whole new industry to be born. Again, with television app developers to integrate with programming and just connect people as a family again with the television that it used to be like back in the 60s or 70s when people would sit down together. They may be sitting down together, but in different locations. So I think that's going to be an exciting new forefront for social networking. And then on the other side of it, I think that things have grown really, really big, and people are looking for more intimate ways to connect with each other. So the Path's got a maximum of 50 people you can connect with. Companies like that are people will still be on Facebook and using these other platforms, but they'll find the niche platforms or networks where they're able to connect with the people that they really care about and want to share moments in a different way. And we hope Cmail is one of those. And that's I guess on a couple fronts what I see kind of coming in the next 2 to 3 years. Anyway, 5 years is a long way away in the tech space.
Yeah. That's why I said 3 years, because any further than that, you don't know. We may be flying around in cars. I don't know.
Yeah, or just transport virtually to our hologram mostly to one another from the other side of the world or something. Who knows?
I would love that stuff. Oh my God, that would be crazy. But then I think it would produce a lot of chubby users because people won't move.
Well, I think we might be already on that path to some degree.
Yeah, I know. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing. People, you have to exercise. You got to get physical. But now let me let's let our listeners know how can they get Cmail? How can they sign up with this?
Well, we've got, if you go to cmail.com, you'll be able to get the links to all of our social networks. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/Cmail app, or just go into the App Store and search for Cmail, SEEMAIL, and you'll be able to find us there and download the app and start connecting with your friends.
Okay, great. And now with Engagia, if there are any independent movie producers or even big studios or anyone that may want to use your services, how can they connect with you?
We've got all of the contact information on the website, and that's engagia.com, engageia.com. So it's EIA at the end. And you can we've got all the contact information, and you can email us directly through the site there, as well as the phone number, and engage you on Twitter. We're everywhere.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, this is fantastic stuff, Kent. I saw how I'm going back. I saw how Google developed and what they did, and that you had billionaires that were produced from that. Okay, the next stage, you had Facebook, which now everyone knows what's happening there. You have Twitter. Same situation, and that's going to wind up going public at some point, okay? And Instagram, they're being taken over. Then you have all this stuff going on, and I think with Cmail and what you have there, that you probably have the next $1 billion idea that's on the table.
Well, thanks, Lou.
Yeah, and I come from a Wall Street background, so I'm just looking at the possibilities of something like this and how it, and again, going into entertainment, how it would work not only in corporate America or corporations worldwide, okay, but also on the social front with notable celebrities, movie studios, so on and so forth, and how they can really connect with their audience.
Yeah, we've got some exciting plans in the future for that, and allowing different celebrities to build out a voice and connect with users on the future of their projects and things that matter to them. Excuse me.
Well, I mean, I think that again, what you're doing is definitely intriguing. And as I said in the beginning of the show, you're sitting by the beach, and come brainstorming with your team on what to do next. Okay, and go ahead.
That's the exciting thing with technology today. We've got people on our team from all over the globe, and everybody gets on the phone 2 or 3 times a week, and different time zones all over the place. And it's quite exciting to be able to do that, work remotely. There's a ton of great apps that we're actually using to manage the teams and develop the products further, and take the user feedback and implement that and categorize that, and people working around the clock to continue to improve email and develop future enhancements to the app. So it's an incredibly fun and exciting time. And I'm not at the beach every day, but today is an actually really nice day to be at the. But it is. It's great. It's exciting.
Keep throwing it in my face, Kent. Thank you very much. I miss California. My God. But yeah, technology allows you to be anywhere and still do business, still be creative, still build things, and that's what you're doing. Even once we get off the phone, you are going to be going back to business, but you're going to be on the beach.
Yeah, it's exciting. I've got my iPhone and my iPad here, and there's not a lot that can't be done. So it's an exciting time, and it's the tools and these technologies have allowed people to work in different ways that weren't possible 15 or 20 years ago. Even 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. And Kent, do you have any? I know you do speaking engagements. Do you have anything coming up?
I don't actually have anything currently booked. I've kind of let the slate open just to focus on developing a lot of the partnerships and things here with female. So I don't have anything booked in the next couple months.
Oh, okay, well that's fair enough. I understand because you're focused on your properties and what you need to do. Because I know, and I'm going to say this now, Kent. I know in a year's time that this show we're doing right now, it's going to be kind of difficult getting you on the phone for it. I know that.
No, I'll always be available. I'd love to do a follow up and continue to chat with you and share some ideas and things that we're doing with the listeners. And we're more than happy to continue to chat. And when we've got some more exciting things to talk about with female, which should be pretty quick, more than happy to loop back in and provide you with some updates.
Oh, that's fantastic. See, now we have proof. Haha. Kent Speakman spoke. We have proof that he wants to come back on the show. But that's good stuff. But Kent, it was great having you on the show and giving us insight into what you've been doing with Engagia and C-Mail, and what your views were on social media. I think again, as you said, is an exciting time, an amazing time, and I think you just brought in a game changer, and I'm really interested on seeing, no pun intended, seeing where this is going to go. But for our listeners that want to learn more about Engagia or C-Mail, first go to cmail.com. And again, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have Twitter. Go to cmail.com, get it, because this again, for you to be able to put your voice to a picture. It just becomes more personal, and as opposed to you texting all the stuff, people actually, can hear what your thoughts are, and I think that's pretty cool stuff. And for producers, and whether it's TV, networks, film, whatever the case may be, you want to, get your brand out there. You want, social media branding or social networking branding. Go to Engagia.com. Okay, find out what Kent and his crew are up to and how they can help you, because they've helped numerous people that we can't mention because of the confidentiality agreements, but they are pretty vast, and they can help you too. But Kent, thank you for coming on the show, and yeah, we definitely want to do a follow up down the road, and probably in the next few months when everything is really going to the next level.
Great. Well, thanks, Lou. Thanks for having me on the show, and really appreciate it. And look forward to chatting with you again soon.
You got it. And get back to your sun and your beach and your water, and forget about it. Kent, thank you again. That was Kent Speakman, Engagia from Engagia and C-Mail. Check them out. And this is the future of social networking. Thanks a lot, Kent. Andrews.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.